Okay, so then here's the Casey poem on death, which is page 6 of our course pack. School children walk by, some stare, some keep on walking. Some adults stare too, with handkerchiefs over their nose. A woman sits on the pavement beside, wails, and pounds her fists on pavement, flies all over. It made like let's start again. On death. School children walk by, some stare, some keep on walking. Some adults stare too, with handkerchiefs over their nose. A woman sits on the pavement beside, wails and pounds her fists on pavement, flies all over it, like made of wax, no jaw, intestines poured out of the stomach, the penis in the air. It won't matter then to me, but now I don't want in death to be a public obscenity like this. So again, there's this issue of, what is the obscene? And William Eastlake, who is a famous novelist from World War II, he's a World War II veteran, a famous novelist, who also wrote books about Vietnam, famous novel about Vietnam called The Bamboo Bed. Quite a postmodern novelist. I do recommend Castle Keep. They actually made quite a good film out of it, ironically, with Burt Lancaster, who was the Major Asa Barkley. I think that's right. Or is it Barker? In Go Tell the Spartans. Anyway, Eastlake said quite well in one of his short poems, "Fuck you is rude, but death is dirty." And this has the same concept, that basically here's a corpse that has an erection, which is not unusual as I understand it, and the body's just been left out to bake, basically, and to rot. And somebody, a mother, a wife, we don't know, sister, don't know, sits on the pavement and basically grieves, this terrible death. But the problem for him is the obscenity of it, and Casey's collection that these poems come from is called Obscenities. And this is one of the reasons why the collection so enraged people and also got their attention. And this is partly why, on the strength of this collection of poems, Casey won the Yale Younger Poets Award, which is a significant achievement. And the poems really are something else. I mean, they really are staggering. So in this case, it's sort of like, well, what is obscene and what is dirty and what is rude? Because they're not necessarily all the same things. The thing that we think is rude may be obscene. But the thing that obscene isn't necessarily rude. It may just be terrible. It may be like this. Is obscenity always rude? Is pornography always obscenity? Those kinds of things. So these are the questions that this text raises. And in the context of propaganda, I thought it was interesting to consider how we look at things and what we see as being normal and what we see as being offensive. Because a lot of the stuff that we see as being normal is offensive. Like I think one of the print ads that I show you in one of these lectures, the Maybelline ad, I think that's obscene. But I think a lot of people would look at that and say, well, that's just normal, Tim. It's just a makeup ad. Okay. So this is the kind of question that I'd like this poem to sort of stir up.